Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, and if you're here for part 2 of my low-rated anime to watch list, welcome. If you haven't seen the first part of this video, I will link it up above if you're interested. But this is part 2, as I've said, and already 7 anime titles knocked out and proved to me that there is a reason why they are called like low-rated anime. As of the moment, I have here 16 more titles actually. So in a way, I could pick out another 7 for this session or vlog, I should say. And oh my god, I'm starting to feel like this signature is going to break. Well, I'm retiring this notebook anyway. That is why it's good that I'm doing some of my reviews here. But yep, today I'm filming the intro so that I could like watch another 7 videos under 7 series and get this vlog rolling. I'm supposed to ask my mom to pick out for me, however, like she's resting, so I don't really want to bother her. First one, Active Raid. So similarly to last time, gosh, where am I gonna put this? I want it to be aesthetic, but somehow it's not. Yeah, maybe I'll just stagger it a bit because it's new. I am not looking. Sometimes these papers open up, so as much as I can, I'm like looking at the ceiling while I pick out, and once I pick out, I show the camera and then look back. I have no idea how to what do you call it? Pronounce this. That's the second one. I have like one from the list that I actually really wanted to watch. However, I will just mention it if I ended up picking it out. And it's not this one. Lord of Vermilion. Is this another vampire? I hope it's not. Next. Am I even in... Yes! This is the one that I wanted to watch actually. I've somehow gotten stronger when I improved my farming related skills. So it's almost like... It gives me the feeling of humanity has declined for some reason. We'll see if I'm going to get disappointed. So that's 4, only 3 left. And I think these are not movies, so Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. I also have something to talk about with this title. It's just wonderful. 2 more. I'm actually looking at this right now. Scar on the Praetor. Last one. Over the Sky. So we have 1 movie and 6 titles. I will stick this in first, then we shall talk about synopsis. So I've pulled out my anime list app on my phone here, and we shall talk about synopsis. First, we have Active Raid. Instead of editing it in, I'll just show you the photo. Active Raid. This is 5.86 in my anime list, and the synopsis is... Oh no, I already see a sequel. For these challenge purposes, I will only like watch the first season if it is a continuation season. So I'll just watch the first one and we'll assess whether or not it is good. Yeah. In a futuristic post-disaster Tokyo, the Special Public Security 5th Division, 3rd Mobile Assault 8 Unit, oh my god, or Unit 8, is a police unit specializing in handling criminals who wield dangerous wearable technology called willware. Equipped with willware of their own, the squadron is often criticized by the public for their carelessness and disregard for protocol. Sent in by the government as an undercover agent with special instructions from the higher-ups, Asami Kazari is Unit 8's newest member. Determined to straighten out what she expects to be a group of incompetent fools, she instead finds a team of well-intentioned experts who use very effective, albeit unorthodox methods, hindered by strict regulations. With their newest member by their side, Unit 8 fights crime and overcomes unexpected adversaries in Active Raid. I will sneak... What rating? Oh, it's a higher rating. Mecha comedy. Mecha comedy detective. So this is when I mentioned last time that most of the 6.0 and below anime are mostly mecha sci-fi, which I am not sure why that is. We'll see. In theory, I think the synopsis is going to make me feel like I'm going to get annoyed with the girl early on, because it's always like that straight by the rules sort of person who is being sent to straighten out this group of like hooligans, if you would. And I already I think it's interesting but also kind of annoying, to be honest. Debate Gib B8. I don't know. But 3.81. So this is like very much on the lower side, but it is horror martial arts. And if you know me, you know I like horror. The story takes place in Japan. The year is 2030, and Earth has been completely overrun by viral disease called Gibbia that turns infected people into various different monsters based on their age, sex, and race. A samurai and a ninja from early Edo period traveled together through time and arrived in a ruined Japan to aid a professor working on a cure for the virus. Together they fight countless Gibbia monsters, outlaws, and other fierce foes in the journey to save mankind. So already another theme of like the low-rated anime is like samurai, historical fiction. So this is like a hodgepodge of different concepts stuck into one. And by the looks of it, this is from 2020, but the art style is very old. It's kind of like older, so I don't know. I am quite curious actually why it is rated lower compared to the other previous ones that I also would think to be a 3 rather than a 5. And then somehow I gotten stronger to improve. Wait, such a long as title 5.92. I only like this like the title because I am very much into Harvest Moon and like farming simulator games. That's why this is like I think it would be childish but also fun. Al Wayne's greatest goal is to become the best farmer he can be. With utmost effort, he reaches the apex of his farming skills and earns the title of first-rate cultivator. Due to this achievement, Al gains a substantial upgrade to his stats, which now eclipse even the strength of legendary heroes of old. Soon after discovering his potential, the royal family enlists his help against the rising number of disasters that coincidentally began right as his true powers was awakened. Although reluctant, Al concedes that in order to protect his precious field, he must do his best to keep all threats at bay. Oh, now that's interesting. I don't know what. Maybe it's because it's sort of like harem. Maybe this is the reason why it's bad. But also for isekai or game fantasy anime, it's normally not farming or like cultivating related. So maybe people don't really like that sort of side to all of the fantasy genres. But I really enjoy like learning or like farming simulators, as I've said. So like this to me is interesting. So we'll see if I ended up hating it because it looks like a harem anime without the harem tag. Next, Lord of Vermilion, the Crimson King. It took me 2 tries to get the title right. I'm cutting off whatever that was. So action fantasy. It doesn't have a. I think this is a magic sword. I think. Yeah. 5.35. It's a 2018 show set in Tokyo. It's January 29, 2030. High frequency resonance is observed in the vicinity of Tokyo, and a red fog rolls into the city. Those who hear the sound, humans and animals alike, pass out losing consciousness. Everything shuts down in Tokyo, believing that the fog is carrying an unknown virus that causes an epidemic. However, 6 days later, after the incident, people wake up as if nothing happened. After that, Tokyo sealed off the city. Sections gradually return to normal. However, since the high frequency resonance, some bizarre events start to happen, and people find themselves being pulled deeper into more mysteries. Meanwhile, young people start to become aware of themselves and release their power hidden in their blood, discovering themselves as a vessel of wisdom blood. Together, being led by something unknown, they meet, communicate, and face the unavoidable circle of faith, sacrificing their own lives. Kind of vague, but also kind of tolerable in a sense of like story-wise. It only like it gives me vibes of what did I just watch? Blast of Tempest, but also I forgot. While I was reading the synopsis, I remember something clicked in me. Like it's the same theme, but now I can't remember the title even. But Blast of Tempest is like the only thing that comes to mind right now. Yeah, so that is the next one. How many minutes have I been recording? It's almost like 20 minutes. Next is Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. This, when I first saw it, I was very much like, I knew it was a comedy. It's kind of like, 5.65, action adventure comedy. It almost looks like Blood Lad for me. I don't know why it gives me Blood Lad vibes, maybe because of this guy. But college student Yuhi Amamiya's monotonous life is turned upside down with the appearance of Sir Noi Crescent, a talking lizard claiming to be a knight of justice. Crescent elaborates that the world is in peril, threatened by the mage Animus, who wishes to annihilate it with his biscuit hammer, an enormous structure suspended in Earth's orbit. As the newly appointed, I'm so sorry, I'm laughing at this. As the newly appointed Lizard Knight, Yuhi must fight alongside other Beast Knights to protect the princess and save the planet from destruction. Unimpressed by the prospect of risking his life, Yuhi continues his day as usual until a golem created by Animus suddenly confronts him. Yuhi is instantly overpowered, but his neighbor, Princess Samidare Asahina, luckily rescues him. Oh my god. To surprise, Samidare's intention starkly differs from Krazan's. Instead of saving the world, she aims to destroy it with her own hands. Captivated by her firm ambition, Yuhi resolves to become stronger and helps Samidare reach her goal. As the pair continues to fight against enemies golems, Yuhi finds himself gradually gaining an interest in life, but the chain of his past trauma may restrain him from progressing further. So it's more darker than I thought. But, this is the princess? Which is the princess? Is it this one or this one? You'll see. The lizard is very much... He's adorable though, the lizard. Very tiny. Next, Scarred. Project Scarred. Where's Project Scarred? Scarred and the Praetor. 5.88. Action Superpower. Okay, stop working. Under siege by foreign organizations, the Akatsuki... Oh my god. The Akatsuki Special... It's lunchtime right now as I'm filming this, so maybe that's why the doggies are like very active. Anyway, under siege by foreign organizations, the Akatsuki Special Ward is a battlefield tainted with greed and violence, abandoning its citizens caught in the crossfire. In the wake of the anarchic turmoil emerges the Scarred, vigilantes who wield supernatural abilities gifted to them by divine tattoos. Another tattoo-related special powers. Among them is Eiji Arashiba, the hero of Akatsuki, who protects the district from tyrant outsiders. One fateful day, Eiji contends with Dusk, a mafia syndicate, alongside Yamato Kai, a boy he recently met. Amid the chaos, Yamato blocks a sniper bullet heading towards Eiji, but the shot still strikes his tattoo despite Yamato's efforts. To save the injured Yamato, Eiji passes the tattoo onto him, entrusting him with protecting the Akatsuki Special Ward in his sacrifice. As the ward continues to collapse under conflict, will Yamato be able to use his newfound Scarred powers to protect his loved ones, or will he falter trying to become the new hero of Akatsuki? So, we already watched Taboo Tattoo in the last episode, or the last vlog. So we'll see if this one, Project Scarred, will be okay. It looks very bishonen shoujo manga, or like, not shoujo manga, but rather like very bishi, ikemen art style. We'll see about that. And lastly, Over the Sky is this one. Over the Sky 5.87 Drama Fantasy Isekai of 2020. High schoolers Miyo Miyamasu and Arata Kishimo, I am so sorry if I'm butchering this, are childhood friends. Miyo harbors feelings for Arata, but she lacks the courage to express them. Even when her friend Madoka asks if she's in love with Arata, Miyo declines and encourages her friends to pursue her own feelings for him instead. Later, while Miyo and Arata visit a fortune teller, the boy notices a strange phenomenon and tries to drag Miyo out of the shop, much to her annoyance. As Miyo begins to question her relationship with Arata, an argument erupts between them. That night, feeling guilty for what has occurred, Miyo ventured into the rain to apologize to Arata and make her feelings clear. However, an accident along the way turns Miyo's world upside down. I'm already annoyed. This whole poster looks very familiar for some reason. I don't know why, but I think I will maybe start with this one, or maybe I will start with the one that I actually wanted to start with. But yeah, that is the 7 titles that I have for this vlog. And the next clip, I will probably watching this one or this one. We'll see, and I will discuss my feelings after watching it, similar to the previous format of this anime watching vlog. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, and by the end I hope to have another maybe 6 out of 10. If not, then we'll move on to the third iteration of this. So yeah, as I've said in the previous clip, I'll probably be watching I've Somehow Gotten Stronger when I improve my farming related skills first. And I might do this while I am crocheting again. So yeah, roll the clips. Hello, first update. This is about the first anime that I've watched for this part of the series. I've Somehow Gotten Stronger when I improved my farm related skills. I actually gave it an 8 out of 10, surprisingly. So it is about a guy who has reached very master rank levels when it comes to farming, and he is very passionate about farming and cultivating land and such, that his usual skills are plowing fields and such. However, the way he plows fields actually breaks earth, so that it's in a way a combat skill of some sort, like Earthquake if you're playing Pokemon, or Fisher rather. I give it an 8 out of 10. I've actually watched this today's 12, so I've watched this like 3 days ago, because I was busy with personal related stuff, so I haven't really updated much or have watched anime for the last 2 days. But I've really enjoyed it. The first ever episode, he threw a piece of carrot on an S rank monster. And it was so hilarious. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I wrote it here, the first episode, and he already threw a carrot at an S rank forest dragon, and I'm already hooked. The dragon actually exploded, so like it's very enjoyable. It is also harem, which is like not my favorite type of subgenre. However, it's not in your face that much. He saves a princess and became like an adventurer. He agreed to it so that he could like have this bigger field gifted to him by the kingdom. So in return, he has to like do adventure related tasks and quests just to pay back the kingdom for giving him a bigger crop of land, I guess. And so it went from him doing this stuff just so he could be done with it and go back to farming. However, in the later episodes, it became, because he's such a good guy, it became the main focus of his or motivations of him doing quests is to help other people, and not so much his farm, so to speak. So yeah, it's very enjoyable. I rate this anime. I can understand why people rated this like 5.8, I think, in my anime list. So I can understand if people are not so much into like the farming and cultivating stuff. But since I like those types of genre or those types of concepts, I fairly enjoyed it and I had a good laugh. So yeah, 8 out of 10. And then I actually proceeded to Project Scarred afterwards. Project Scarred, I think, is like dystopian Tokyo, lawless Tokyo, or lawless Japan. Was it Tokyo? I forgot. But they're all bishonens, and I think I really find it awkward. The bouncing animations of their hair, every time they move, it bounces. It's a very awkward. But sooner or later, like in the later episodes, after like episode 2 or 3, they abandoned that animation style, maybe because of budget. So it doesn't bounce anymore in the later half. But I think I just stopped at like episode 4 because the main plot of Project Scarred is that there is this hero of theirs, like protector of this lawless ward in Japan, and there are 3 main groups that are like fighting within that ward, which is the special anti-Scarred task force, and then there is the group Artemis, which is a group of Scards as well, but they are like big companies, big money people, and then there is Helios, which is this hero of Akatsuki, is the leader and is the strongest Scarred there is that protects this lawless ward. So what is happening in there is like human trafficking, kidnappings, those sorts of situations, and then Scards, I don't know if it's only this character or all of the Scards have like are not able to be hit by normal bullets. So the the Artemis group actually made a bullet that can pierce through the Scarred's power. So the Scarred is like a tattoo wherein they are all named after mythical creatures like Phoenix, Cerberus, Katsit, Fenrir, those sorts of situations. And then this hero saved the main character, and he got hit by this anti-Scarred bullet. And somehow before his tattoo disappears with his death, he transferred his tattoo to this main character. And this main character, the little brother of the hero who died, does not accept him because, of course, who is to inherit a tattoo of the older brother than the younger brother? And yeah, so far, I'm not feeling it that much. It gave me quite a slump, and also I've been quite busy, so maybe that's why I haven't really gotten around to continue watching it. But they're all very shonen and like very bouncy animations of hair, and they make it all look pretty. My only complaint is that this place is like survival of the fittest, very like it's kind of ruined, like the abandoned places. However, they look very clean and they're very like graceful, and the structure inside the buildings is very neat and very like how you call this, it's like they're rich or something. So I don't understand. It's like
a divide between what is supposed to be and what it is visually. It's very aesthetic looking, and in a way it defeats the purpose of calling this like a very troubled, lawless area, abandoned by society, except all of these like troublemakers and groups that squat in this area. However, they don't look like they're squatting. They're very clean, neat, and like technologically advanced, and I'm like, okay. So I have thoughts. So I will be back after watching Project Scarred, if I could be able to shake off this slump and continue. So, bye-bye.
Hello, it's update time, and it is actually the 18th of April right now, so if ever I wanted to make this a three-parter video by the end of April, I think I need to really rush. It has been a very busy couple of days, or the past week was very much busy, so I wasn't able to update anything or watch anything, but as of today, I have finished 2 anime, one last night and one this morning, or just now. So the first one is actually Project Scarred. I think the last clip that I filmed for this video was that I was complaining about the animation style, wherein the hair of all of the characters in Project Scarred was kind of like very bouncy, and then they abandoned that bounciness right at the middle of the series. And here we are. I stopped at around episode 3, I think, and continued on April 16. And then there are episodes actually that I like in Project Scarred. However, I find it kind of boring and kind of slumpy. Like the only motivation of me watching or finishing this anime is because of this challenge, of course, but also because the art style is beautiful. However, it is the only thing that's going for it story-wise, and the ending is kind of lackluster, like as if nothing happens, and I feel like I don't get attached to all of the characters that much. However, I did like the leader of Artemis, the girl. Her powers are like, she's like a glass cannon during the evening, because you know Artemis, the goddess of the moon, she is only powerful during night, and then once she unleashes her powers, she's basically useless and out of commission for a few days. So, and then somehow leading up to who the final antagonist was, it was kind of obvious, or you kind of understand who it is by the near end, and then when you find out, when they reveal the final boss, it's like, oh, I knew it. And then how they defeated the final boss is like, oh, I knew it. It's like that. So it's, as I said, it's lackluster, but still I gave it like a 5. Wait, did I give it a 5? I think I gave it a 5 out of 10, just because I like the art style. And where is it again? Oh yeah, there it is, 5 out of 10. And then the other one that I finished actually just this morning, or just now, is Active Raid. Active Raid is a mecha detective action and also comedy about a, the main character is assigned to be a spy for this experimental unit in their police system, wherein all of the members, or all of the, what do you call that? Every time they are assigned to a task, oftentimes they do the most unconventional ways of solving the problem that also sometimes leads to property damage, and all of those are like the things that the spy needs to report to the main office, the main police general or something. So it's kind of okay. It kind of gives me like, it's like Full Metal Panic minus the ecchi, and also a lot of it is like cyber terrorism, and also hacking into like the systems of the suits. Those machines and robots that are supposed to protect the people are being hacked. And also I gave this actually a 6 out of 10, just because it is like a normal mecha anime. It's not really that good, it's just fine, and it is actually watchable. However, as the same as Project Scarred, the ending is lackluster. Maybe because I think they wanted to like, I don't know, they have a second season for this, and I'm probably not watching the second season of it, just because I don't find that they give out like a sort of teaser cliffhanger for the second season. I hope they did do that, because the final person that they were going, like the last terrorist that they were supposed to defeat, also was like defeated in a way that is very much like weak. I thought there was going to be more action to it, more desperate attempts, and like, no, there's just like, oh, your dead sister, the reason why you hate this world because your sister died, and all of those family members and all of the reasons or like the trauma that you experienced during childhood of the mass murders, and also your sister dying. Your sister might be alive, and like he just broke down and cried and gave himself up. It's just that. It's, yeah. And also the reasons why he was doing all of his terrorist work. They only showed the reason in the end, like it's kind of rushed, but also the other people who are with him with the terrorist acts, like there are 3 of them, they make it so that they sound or seem smart. However, they are just kids who are being stupid, and majority of the terrorists or the people who disturb the peace of this area of Japan is actually teens, and they are like defying all of the laws that are placed by the police and the government, and also the government is kind of useless. Those sorts of situations. So yeah, 6 out of 10, watchable, but not exactly. It's not. You really need to watch this sort of situation. So the next one I'm actually going to watch is the one that I cannot pronounce when I picked it out. It's this one. I might end up learning the pronunciation once I watch it. However, I'm kind of afraid because it is a 3.5 in my anime list. So we'll see. And I also have 3 more after that. Lord of Vermilion, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, which I think is the last one that I will be watching because it is 24 episodes. So if I could finish this one, I might watch the movie Over the Sky, and then this one and that one, and that will be the end of this part 2 of the low-rated anime. It's a plan. I don't know how much I could like finish within like the next 2 or 3 days of me watching this, but it's doable if I ever want to like put up another part, as I've said. So yeah, I will come back and update in the next one that I finish. Yeah. Hello, this is probably the second to the last update that I will be having for this anime vlog. I'm sorry if you could hear like the steamer at the back. I'm preparing dinner. It is around 3:30 p.m. right now, and I just finished Lord of Vermilion. I haven't updated, and I apologize about not showing clips of the anime whenever I watch it. What I particularly do in the day is I watch while I crochet or when I journal, so I don't really have my phone at the ready to record when the mood to watch these animes hit. So I will update from the last one that I haven't talked about yet. First one is Ghibli. I finished this at last 3 days ago. It is 21st now, so I am kind of just in time. I'm crunching it, but I might just make it to get out another one of these vlogs before the end of April. So Ghibli 8, I slept on it actually. I gave it a 5 previously, but I slept on it and decided to just give it a 4. So what Ghibli 8 is actually, the concept is that there are 3 like Edo period, like there's a samurai, a ninja, and a monk. That the samurai and the ninja got exiled from their town because they were war veterans and they did something wrong to the shogunate and something like that, and they were exiled. And as they were exiting the area of their the rule of the shogunate or whatever, they were transported to this post-apocalyptic Japan. Many years into the future for them. Post-apocalyptic because there is this infection or disease that is going rampant all over Japan, wherein the infected gets transformed into those insect-like creatures. They are almost like zombies, wherein if you get stung, you also get the virus and you also turn into what they call a gibia. So the doctor here, they are studying, they collect samples of the blood of fallen gibia, and they met this doctor and
this girl, the main character girl, found or met the ninja and the samurai and recruited them to fight with them, brought them to the doctor, and many deaths happened. This is not actually a spoiler. You would expect many a death in this type of anime. And the only problem I think that I noticed, I kind of sort of agree and know now why they gave this anime majority average of 3.5. It is, I think, 3.58 the last time I checked it, and it was because of the CGI, I believe. The fight scenes with the Gibias are very, like, awkward, and it's like the early years of the computer CGI animation, which is understandable, but it's still kind of gross looking, and it's very uncomfortable to watch when you're, like, used to very modern CGI, modern fight scenes. It's like mixing 2D with 3D graphics, and it kind of fails. And I also even commented on this, like, there is this sort of Frieza knockoff of the character, and there is this one. Okay, this is now a spoiler. So if you don't want to listen to what I have to say for the next like 5 minutes, then you may skip. I will put a spoiler warning up on the screen, and if that word disappears, then I have finished talking about it. So yeah, spoiler begins now. If you're actually reading it, it's actually in here, wherein the doctor is actually one of the aliens that has brought the disease or the infection to Earth. They were looking for a way to, they were like researching, and Meteora is the doctor's girlfriend from his planet, and she transformed into a Gibia, and they wanted to like research on how to make Gibias retain their intelligence and memory so that their body is like more agile, more powerful. That is what the doctor is doing. He is not actually making a vaccine to help turn humans who turn into Gibia back to humans, but rather make Gibias powerful, more powerful than they are. It's like preparing himself to turn into a Gibia himself, but make sure that his intelligence retains. And so what ends up happening is that Meteora, his girlfriend, or fiance rather, was looking for him, but she retained like the very minuscule of intelligence. Her only drive was that he was there, and she was like connected to her, and so she looks for him even though he does not, or rather, even though she does not know or remember who the doctor is anymore. So there was the scene wherein the ninja and the samurai, and also a monk who was also from the Edo period, who transported with them, defeated Meteora with the main character, and the doctor was like, he finally completed his research, he completed like the vaccine, as he said, but then Meteora fell, and like they defeated Meteora, and she died, and he was there like, how dare you all kill Meteora? Meteora is my fiance. And like, dude, they did not know, you look human. So what is it is not in their fault, because they thought that Meteora is the leader of the Gibia. She was like the big boss who would destroy everything in her path just so she could get to the doctor, that sort of situation. And they were thinking like they were protecting the doctor, but in turn, this doctor was chaos in the making, and he ended up looking like a Frieza knockoff. And I'm like, yeah, that's so spoiler over. I gave it a 4. First a 5 because the story in a way is nice, but because of the spoiler that I mentioned just now, it stuck with me, and I'm like, I don't want to, I don't support this storytelling flaw, if I could say. And yeah, next is Over the Sky, the movie. The story is about this girl with her childhood friend. They having like a very high tension relationship, because it's like, what are we really? And then there is this other girl in their friend group who really likes the guy, and she admitted that she likes the guy too, the main character. And the main character, even though she also likes the guy, she was like, go for it, I support you. And then she goes sad, and then the main character and the guy goes on like fun friendly dates, like they are childhood friends, so it's like very normal, no malice involved, or they are not embarrassed with each other sort of situation. But then they were like, how should I put this? She said something to the guy, like, what are we really? We're just best friends, or childhood friends, and you don't hang out with other people. So what are we really if you don't? And then she was like, you don't hang out with other people. That's why you don't have friends. You just keep on hanging out with me.
and then ran off. And then everyone was upset. She was upset, and she was like regretting that she said that to the guy. So it was like in the evening, raining, you know, the cliche accident prone area wherein like the main character is very desperate and she wants to apologize to this guy, tell her feelings, and then boom, she got hit by a car and then was placed into a coma. And then all of these fantastical events of like remembering what she said, facing your fears, it's like a very stream of consciousness way of presenting, and very fantastical way of presenting like your fight through coma. That's, I think, what they are trying to portray, like your will to live, the will to survive, and the will to wake up. And also they added like a bit in the end about like supernatural beings and supernatural powers. And I gave this actually a 6 out of 10 because it was actually watchable. However, I think it's kind of corny. So if you just like want something to watch out of boredom, it's fine. The animation is actually very good. Speaking from someone who just watched Ghibli 8 and you move into this one, it's actually very good. It's adorable. However, there are like these fight scenes wherein it's very much gross. So watch out for that. Their way of portraying monsters is like very comical and very uncomfortable to look at. If you're afraid of spiders, I don't recommend this because arachnophobia is real and there's a very big one in there. So if you are afraid of spiders, don't watch this. You're not missing out on anything if you don't watch anyway. So yeah, it's a like teen romance, kind of cringy, kind of corny, but it's okay enough if you're bored or if you have something to do just to kill time. It's a short movie anyway. Next is what I just finished, Lord of Vermilion. I gave this, did I give this a 4 as well? Let me double check if it's a 4 or a 5. I think it was a 4, I just finished this. Yeah, it is a 4 out of 10. It gave me, I think in the middle of like watching this whole anime, it gave me Blast of Tempest vibes, like the animation style. I haven't researched yet if there is relation to this anime and that, or like the same studio that did it or same production. Or I haven't researched it yet. However, it really gave me strong Blast of Tempest vibes as soon as the girl sporting character pulled out the Tempest from Shakespeare, and then there's this fantastical dream sequence and such, and like the romance subplot is also kind of cringy, and that is like the annoying thing about action fantasy that forces romance in it, because at first it's kind of cute and then it's kind of overdone. Like the girl is being brainwashed because she really loves this guy, and yes, here I actually placed it here. Yes, you are sacrificing yourself to save the world or save Tokyo. I don't understand. This is like the girl talking. So you're sacrificing yourself to save Tokyo. Why? So because you are not going to listen to me and run away with me, I'm just going to kill you. That's sort of like, why? I understand that she is like being brainwashed at this moment, but like the writing and the way they present this situation is like very much like, I don't know, it's not good. And it's very repeated. And also there are like a lot, there's even a rant here. Like every time they have a fight scene, oh, anyway, I'll start from the beginning. Lord of Vermilion, I'm sorry, I haven't, like I went into a rant right away because that's how I'm, that's my first thought when I watch this anime. So Lord of Vermilion is actually like a human experiment, wherein children are being experimented on which of them carries heroic blood in them, wherein they are the vessels of Lord Vermilion. So whoever is the last person that survives with the heroic blood will become Lord Vermilion himself. However, even though there are lots of failures, so there are a lot of like demon monsters, human sacrifices and children sacrificed for this cause, as well as the mother of the main character is also sacrificed because of this failure. And so the main antagonist is obsessed in bringing her back. And the main character, even though he and other heroic blood vessels of heroic blood are still alive, it's like implied that it's the main character who will become Lord Vermilion just because. And also there is this being who helps him skip through time. No, it's not skip through time. It's like there's multiple timelines wherein he already died in some other timelines, and he just gets brought back to prevent this great catastrophe, so to speak. So every time there is a fight between them and the antagonist group, there is always these people that show up, and then I'm like, who are these? They weren't introduced, and like it's very rushed. They didn't even explain who Lord Vermilion is, and also they just accepted their powers when they saw it. Like they were awakened and they have these defenders, like guardians, guardian angels sort of situation, wherein each guy has a girl counterpart wherein they protect them and they're like fairies or something. And yeah, it's like, it seems like I am missing something. Like there is a prequel that I haven't watched. I feel like that's happening. So I'm scratching my head, and I have a lot of people here that I don't really like. They are unlikable, and I don't really find why is that their deaths are kind of useless. Like, why does these deaths happen when it doesn't really forward the plot that much, or like it forwards the plot in a way that makes the main character more motivated to live, and then he doesn't. So spoiler alert. The ending is disappointing for me. Very disappointing for me. It's like, why? So I don't really recommend watching this if you don't like to be disappointed or cringe a lot. So also there is this one rant, since you're probably not going to watch this, I am going to rant about one of the the antagonist group. Oh, now that I've thought about it, I think this is like a fight also between science and religion, because the main character's group is Stronghold is in a church, and the antagonist group is in a science laboratory or research laboratory. So like it's a very religion versus science again. And then I'm going to rant about this girl in the main character's group, wherein she's very unlikable. She's like a nun, and she very much worships this woman who is sort of like a vampire, if you ask me. She gives that vibes, and she's like the one that helps the main character go through all of these timelines. And this nun worships this woman very much, and she did a deed that somehow helps to stop the catastrophe, and she also has heroic blood in her. But the problem was, for me, is that she only helped this one time near the very end, just to prevent the catastrophe, and she already thinks that she is going to be Lord Vermilion just because of that one act. She didn't even help with any of the other missions. She didn't risk her life to do other tasks. She leaves it to the main character and all the other supporting characters. They almost died in the process, and she was like, "You're stepping on my glory, blah blah choo choo," and I'm like, So yeah, that is for this update. I'm actually watching Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer now. Fairly enjoying it, actually. I'm in the first 3 episodes, and I'm wondering what is going to make or break this anime for me. It's kind of like a comedy sort of situation, but also action. So the main thing that I am noticing with Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer is that there is this hammer that is going to strike the earth, and the main character was chosen as a knight to the demon lord, which is actually his next door neighbor, the girl. And they are training in order to destroy this hammer, because the demon princess wants to own this world, and she loves this world, so she's going to protect it from this biscuit hammer. And that's is as far as I went with this anime. So yeah, I'm crunching it on time, but I think I can make it to upload this video before the end of the month. And I think I could get another 7 anime to watch before the month ends. I still have space here, so I probably could do another 7 and another vlog for this one. So I will update after I watch Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
Hime, おはようございます。
ゆうくん、おはよ
姫、
う。変な夢見た気する。
僕はいい夢見たよ。失礼しました。
さすがに味方やから、ゆうくんがおったら十分やしな。
でした。
Hello there, I have finally finished Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Just right now, I powered through the whole 24 episodes of this anime, and all I can say is that it is a 7 out of 10. So, in general, all of the set that we have for part 2 of this anime vlog, the watching low-rated anime so you don't have to, and in a way, we started here from active raid up to here, and there are like many 6 and above titles here. I have found favorites, especially here with I've somehow gotten stronger when I improved my farming related skills, and also Biscuit Hammer, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer that I just finished today. So the reason why I powered through the whole anime is because it is very watchable, but I do understand that if some people don't like this because it is honestly quite draggy. The characters, the whole plot of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer is actually 2 psychic twins fighting off
fighting each other rather. One wants to destroy the planet and the other wants to save it. And it has been centuries since they reset time over and over again, and in the hopes of this one twin who wants to save the planet finally stops her twin brother. And so she gathered like these beast knights representing 12 animals to help her defeat her brother, and then grants wishes of each of the knights. And it is both a tragedy and also a romance. And for some reason, I actually like the romance aspect of this anime compared to all of the other supposed romance anime that we have here in our set. And it is very watchable. And also, if only they like, I know that some people might mention or like might comment on if they watch this that like the twin brother who is trying to destroy the world like really gives them time to like practice their techniques and train up before they fight his golems or minions. But in a way, it is like he has been doing this for like 100 years or like a couple of centuries rather. So he will mostly get bored. So he allows these people to like train up to see if they are strong enough to beat him, and eventually they did, and it was actually quite fun. There are a lot of sad points, so if you're going to watch this, then you would probably steal your heart, because two of the characters that went by I actually really loved. I really got attached to both of them. So in a way, it's kind of like, why did they choose to like, it's like, why must the good die young sort of situation. So yeah, that is the only spoiler that I'm going to give, but I won't say who those people are because experience it yourself, so to speak. So yeah, that is it for this second part of the anime vlog. If you haven't watched the first one, I will leave the link to the first part of this up in the iCards and down in the description if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. If you have reached until the very end, I will be having a third part because today is actually the 22nd of April, so I think I still have like 8 days to watch 7 titles, so I could make it work. I could squeeze it in. And yeah, thank you so much, and bye bye.